everybody. I'm John J. Myers. I'd like to just say a few things about the Fed. The other night, a friend of mine came up to me and he said, listen, I'm not going to do the end the Fed thing this year. I've done it 2 years in a row and I'm not going to do it this year. And it really, really broke my heart, because those of you that know me know that I am all about auditing and ending the Fed. So when he said that, I said, what's the problem? He said, well, it's just a little too conspiratorial for me. And I thought, do you realize that these people standing right here are the only reason that there are 300 co-sponsors to Ron Paul's on the Fed? Every single one of you people that's standing here is part of the reason that that bill is going through. And if people were scared about being conspiratorial, then it wouldn't be going through. He said, well, I know and I believe in what you're saying. Well, that is all the more reason to get out here. But he does make some interesting points. There are people that don't know anything about this movement. There are people that have never heard of End the Fed, and when you say it to them, they think, what the hell are you talking about? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you a couple of quick and easy ways to tell people that know nothing about the Fed. The first thing is, the Fed was created to end booms and busts. Okay? How's that working out? The Fed was created to stop inflation. How's that working out? Okay, so neither of the things the Fed was created to do is it doing. That's the two main ones. Now, this is going to get slightly complicated, but what I'm telling you comes from Hayek, and then it comes to Tom Woods, and then I dumbed it down because dumbing things down is how I roll. Now, here's the thing. What happens in a free market, a beautiful free market? If people go to a bank and they put lots of money into banks, then the banks have lots of money to lend. If the banks have lots of money to lend, then interest rates go down, and that means it's a great time to go into business. That means it's a great time to do something with that money. So interest rates are low, you go out and you do something with the money. Once you've done something with the money, you understand one thing. There's money in the banks. There's consumers to buy your products. Now let's talk about the Federal Reserve. I'm trying to keep this uncomplicated. Now let's talk about the Federal Reserve. It artificially controls interest rates and holds them down. So it gives the idea that money is free and interest is good and there's lots of money in the banks when there isn't lots of money in the banks. So then people go out and they build, they do construction, they borrow money, they do all these things, and lo and behold, there is no money in the banks. No one has any money to spend. Well, thank you to the Fed for artificially holding down those interest rates and creating a giant bust, which is what we are in right now. So that is a very commonsensical way to explain the Fed to your friends on the way that it artificially controls interest rates, and in by doing so, creates the bust that it was created to help stop. And it doesn't. And it was created to rob you. Now, the last thing I'd like to say is I'm John J. Myers. I'm running for Congress in Texas 30th District.